We're gonna go for a quick walk here. It's May 2025. That's new. That whole dumpster enclosure is new. As you can see, I'm unloading some stuff, but some new things like that number, those lights, a lot of this planting, this succulents and stuff out here. Just want to give a nice update. In fact, I'll even zoom out. Because we go for a walk and we realize everything is just changing, and we kind of lose track of time. So I've been meaning to do an update for a while. Those olives I planted probably like 3 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer, and they just been blowing up. Added the walkway, this ice plant's all going off. You can see I did replace a tree right there. All this ice plant's gone gangbusters. We'll walk this way, we'll do a little loop. Driveway fixed about 6 months ago. I got a little bit of a project here to add a fire hose connection. See, like a lot of these trees are really blown up. This is 7 feet tall now, mandarin. Probably 6 on that Meyer lemon. Lots of stuff happening with the grapevines here. All these trees will take a look. The vineyard, so much change here. Turtles just jumped in. I did miss those. You can see I got some weeds and stuff to take care of. You'll see more. So not in perfect condition for sure, but you can see a lot of progress. This thing got big. The cold kind of nipped that water hyacinth. Let me show you over here a little bit. We're thinking about putting a bridge right in here. Be pretty cool to get it up over the creek. Did this concrete slab. Moved this gazebo from top of the stairs down here. Refinished all this slate furniture. A little walkway. This area has become really nice and shady. You see these trees have gotten quite a bit bigger. Though they're not in full bloom yet. This oak, I'm going to trim it up a little higher, but this oak's gotten bigger. This scrub oak has gotten huge. It was already kind of big. All this has been mulched up. Let's walk around the other side a little bit. Put in this bridge. That's probably on one of the previous videos. It's just a rock. Just concreted in. And I've put in a lot of privacy oleander there. I'm looking forward to those getting big. That's a turtle. What you looking at, buddy? Alright, so there's a lot of stuff over here. Definitely looking pretty cool. So then just check out some of these nut trees, like almond right here, about 10 feet tall now. This is a walnut, it's over 10 feet, and the leaves are just coming in now. Pistachios doing good right there. Quite a few nut trees like this macadamia. Another, and I actually kind of forget what that thing is. I think it's a male walnut, and those are females. Kind of forget, but these oleanders are doing really amazing. I was thinking this way might be kind of fun. We'll go up through here. This bridge is new, culverts underneath it. It's the status of the vineyard. Everything's growing healthy, but I'm really in the stage of training these. So like this one, for example, it's actually growing perfect because I need to pull this down, have it go that way, and have this one go this way, right? Give it that kind of T shape. Like that one, I started to go left, I need to go right on it. So these are growing really good, all bermed, and all the fruit trees are fertilized for the season. This ice plant's filling in really good. Go up to the top here. You can see I got some weeds to work through. There's always plenty of things to do. Had a tree blow down right there in a big windstorm. Cleaned all that up. Loquats are looking really good. Right, a lot of these trees looking killer. Let me show you what I finished up about 2 months ago. Cut a little pathway in here. This big old granite boulder. Nice scrub oak growing up against it. Big, huge boulder platform here. And put in these stairs. Sneak us up to the backyard. And these were actually cut from the driveway. I did some concrete repairs. I cut them out in slabs and brought them over. Poured these last couple, kind of joined them. Do a little mini step stairway down there. Cool. This is not quite finished. These are just set. I need to finish the stucco and paint, but looking pretty awesome, I think. And these Italian cypress have really taken off. I probably could take all that bracing down here pretty soon. But yeah, let's continue. Go around here. Ooh, actually, 1 point. I did redo the pool liner. That's all new. Kind of would like to see how that changes over the years. Oh, all these trees too. And these grapevines are going nuts. Yeah, so May 2025, let's see how this holds up. Nice new liner. A lot of nice growth on a lot of these plants. A lot of stuff is just doing really good here. Here's another view. Pool solar's working in the sun right now. Don't really know how this will change over the years, but at this point I'm just keeping it like a clean dirt. Oh, I totally painted the house too. Forgot about that. So the house has been all painted and fixed up nice. What's up, Cookie? You see me out here? Did you catch me? Alright. Redid that barbecue island too. There's another set of steps. This tree has gone totally crazy. Actually really needs to be trimmed. The grass and trimming the tree, always too many things to do. Check that out. And even these tomatoes, there's probably some ripe strawberries hiding in here somewhere. Oh yeah. So then I did add that solar. So we've been doing really good on solar production. So like I said, all this is painted, doors, epoxy, anything in the house that needed to be taken care of I did. All this landscaping. And then there was a lot of woodwork on this exposed wood here. Cut, sanded, stained actually, and then the stain was really cool, but the stain wasn't holding up that great in the sun, so I actually changed it over to just like a really high-end outdoor paint. Just take a good look around here, because this is different, and I'm sure it'll change over time too. So this is like my little memory videos. The stairs is a whole big old discussion that I've done. This hillside's really filled in. Ice plant's looking good. Kind of debating what to do with these trees, because they give some shade, but they're close to the concrete, and over here there was some trees growing and cracked that concrete all up. That's why all that concrete's new over there. We'll see that on the way back. Let's sneak back through. New gates too. These gates are fabricated. I did have somebody fabricate them, and then I put the door handle boxes on and did all the finish work, painted, stained the wood, cut the wood. Let me shut that gate before I forget. So there's been a lot of projects, but you can still see there's still more to do. All right, get you a little experience on how the stairs are going down. It's pretty cool. Shady, kind of hidden. That driveway crack I was talking about, that's where all this came from. A lot of transplants in here for what was just weeds when I came. Just weeds everywhere. Still looking pretty cool with all the rocks and natural stuff. Oaks are getting big. I may take one of these for a snack. Not that one though. Yeah, that one's decent. All of a sudden we got hit with some hot heat. It was like nice and cool, and then boom, got slammed. So some of the fruit's struggling a little. Then it's actually not bad right now. It's these berries. That tree's gotten huge, 12 feet plus. Another loquat. And you can see some of these are struggling a little, but they're alive. They're coming. Some are a little slower than others. This tree's gotten pretty big too. I recall that tree being a lot smaller. Fig tree's slow, a little slow moving. It'll wake up. I think this vineyard will have a really big change by the next time I make a video this extensively. And check these trees out. Just loaded. Nectarines, totally loaded up. Actually, the cherries are probably getting close. Let's have a look at these. There's a pomegranate, but look at these cherries. Not quite there yet though. I saw some reddish ones. Yeah, but when these are ready, they're like crimson dark red, so they're not quite there, but these cherry trees have gotten pretty big. You know, and this pear, that, man, look at that. That peach is, I probably actually really need to split a lot of this off because it just can't hold all the weight of all that fruit. But still pretty amazing. A lot of these trees amazing. This oak I think will get big and really give some shade to this area. So it's tons of weeds in here that I gotta take care of. But this area doesn't get sprayed with any sort of weed killer, so it's gonna take me some time. We'll actually cross over here. Again, lots of fruit. Gauge the size against this rock. Right, that cherry tree was shorter than the rock when I put it in. A lot of these, I'm holding the camera at about eye level, so you'll have a reference. So will I. But nice little walkway I put in. Some of these citrus have struggled a bit, but they're coming along. So now we'll go up. Yuzu's blown up. Stuff on the right and left. It's definitely coming in. I believe that's a Tangelo. Done really good. Lizard. Heard a noise. Want to make sure it wasn't a snake. A rattlesnake. Another Tangelo. Could check that out. Right, some fruit on there. These ones are struggling a little. Then one of the major updates, that gazebo was a lot to do. And this patchwork I did a long time ago still looks good. We'll go up and check that gazebo out too. A lot of work on the driveway, but even more work done on these stairs. It was a monster of a job. Just months of manual labor forming all these, mixing the concrete by hand, well, with a mixer, but mixing it on site, I should say. All the stucco work. My friend, caps, got the lights refinished. This oak will grow over the top here. And then just check this out. Pretty awesome. Again, it's caps. Poured this, it's stamped. Weathered sandstone. Chiseled edge. Not painted. That's white concrete. Built the retaining walls, built them into the rock. Retaining walls, caps, steps, stucco. So much. Then of course the turf. And I haven't exactly given it the attention it needs. It needs some weeds pulled that are coming through the turf. Finish this wall out over here. Turfed it all up. I have a partial trail in place coming up here. I'll be working on that in the next year or so. And then of course the gazebo. Set the posts in concrete. Did the Roman column design. This gazebo, it's not Aluma wood, but we'll call it Aluma wood. It's like a Four Seasons, you know, all aluminum, non-combustible. Fan, nice big 9-person table. Actually, I think it's 8. Patio furniture. You know, just an awesome result. You know, with lights and everything. Big towering gable end up here that's cantilevered up over the edge. So actually you could sit right up on the edge and still be undercover. You know, that way when you come up the driveway you can see under. This was a massive project. This whole, all this, the stairs, the gazebo, all that stuff was like pretty close to a year of me working on it every spare moment with help. And also that gazebo was mostly like a, you know, I hired a contractor to come build it. I ended up putting the red roof on it and stuff and the gutters, but it was a lot of work, a lot of time, and even still on top of that, a lot of money. I couldn't totally DIY that. They don't sell you those materials. So check out just the slopes, just everything growing, maturing, getting bigger. Next time I make a video, it'll be even bigger, which is good because I'm coming into summer. It's gonna be hot. I'll take all the shade I could get. It's actually one of my next focuses, getting shade. I think that's a lizard, not a snake. But the ice plant's coming in good. Still love what we did with the front of the house. Got rid of the red mulch we used to have when we got here. Rosemary's going nuts. And then you can see here where we were earlier, the new concrete you can see is the lighter color. So we expanded out here several feet. Give more room to be able to get into the garage, get out of the garage. Went right up against this rock work. It's pretty cool, you know, chiseled it out. Jackhammer, everything, right? Got every last inch we could. Put a couple drains in, swept it back down to like a single lane wide, but went up against this wall, which I did some repair, painting, stucco work. Got a nice gravel transition over here so you can still go the dirt way, but also concreted all here. This is all gravel. Put in these this sweeping staircase down there. So someday when I'm still debating what we're gonna do down there, but eventually we'll do something. But this will walk us right down in there. And then just look at this ice plant. Has totally taken off and filled in. I mean, the difference is incredible. And I've done a couple videos since then, but just from the first video with that, you know, building not being there, it's just such huge changes. My next focus is getting some ice plant on this slope here because it's really steep. I need to protect it with erosion, but also look to do ice plant so it's not just weeds. Thinking about, so I got to irrigate that. Thinking about putting irrigation that way up into those oaks and stuff, and just trying to keep everything wet for the fire season. Keep it green and lively. And also probably will help those trees get big. The bigger those get, the better for me to get shade and a little added privacy. And you can see, you know, some of these trees are a little newer than others, but looking at this, another staircase up there to the flat spot. Got this tree really trimmed nice. Got a lot of cleanup to do. And then you can see the concrete ends. And so one of my next things is to wrap that concrete up, finish it all the way. I already got the rebar and pull the gravel out of here, repurpose the gravel. Get this baby concreted all the way right up to this driveway here on the right. That'll actually measure out a 1/4 mile, like 1,350 feet of concrete at 12 feet wide, and in some areas 30 feet wide. I mean, it's just a huge, unbelievable project. And this ice plant's filling in really nice, and we'll go around that way. But to show you what I'm thinking here, so this is something that we could use as like a little dirt access road. Started laying the pipe out because I'm going to irrigate this, but then again, what I'm thinking is adding sprinklers this way, because if we get another wildfire coming through here, and we've had several, you know, this is, right now it's pretty green because it's early, you know, it's not even summer. I wouldn't even say it's early summer, but it's the early season where it gets a little hot. In another few months, this will be a lot more crispy. So I'm thinking about shooting this all with water on demand to keep it pretty lively. So that's why I laid these out. So let me see what I do with that over the next 6 months or so, because I got a trench and all that's going to take a while. And then let's go look around the house. I know that palm's going to get big, so you know, that one we put in first, it's doing good. This one's doing good now that I ran irrigation to it, but a little slower. You see this ice plant's just filled in. A lot of growth down there. Go around the side here. Actually, I need to trim this over because I want to be able to have a walkway and then have a walkway go up into that area. I'll take a peek at that. This is going to be a cool spot here, but project for another day. Be able to get a little seating area in there is my goal. Nice to have AC in the shop if I want it. And you can see here from this perspective, cleared a whole lot of brush. This was natural kind of dead brush. Cleared all that stuff this year and put in ice plant. We'll catch it from the bottom. I think it'll make a lot of sense. Right, and then over the course of the past couple years, I've planted a lot of this, and you can see it's doing good. I actually should have got this video about 2 weeks ago when all this ice plant was just popping. You know, like right now it's these wildflowers coming in real strong, but the couple weeks ago the ice plant was just iridescent. I mean, there's still some, but yeah, all this is new. Keeping this clean, new. You know, got kind of an entrance here. I want to give that some attention. Got the bird bath area. This area, we're thinking about doing something here. It'd be really neat, but we haven't done anything with it yet. Line this all with rock so that way when water runs off here, it doesn't, you know, leave marks and stuff. So the rock is kind of protecting it from the rain, but also the plants are protecting the stucco from getting too dirty. That's something I should have done a little different off the bat, or done a full gutter. Would have been smart. This ice plant was just on fire a couple weeks ago, but it still looks really good. Just needs a deadhead the flowers off. So that's the status over here. Landscaping's pretty lush though. Just give it some more time. Here a bee there. Oh yeah, I see him. The bee's going crazy down in there. What's he doing? I don't know what his deal is. And then graveling this up. You see I got a few project things. Put in that plastic shed, concrete base. We're really looking to get that concrete mixer back to the correct owner's possession. But these gazanias are just going off, looking really good. This needs some work here. This took a little bit of a beating, so I want to fix this little creek bed up and then make sure I get these avocados, of course. In fact, we'll walk right through there. They're watering right now. You can see, I'm gonna say, and that's probably almost 8 feet, 7 and change. That one's not as tall, but it's looking full. This one I had to replace, so it's a little behind schedule. You can see, I mean, stuff's looking really good on these. That one's probably solid 10 feet tall. And this one's really only about 5. But they're looking good, flowered up. Got some fruit starting. Got these trimmed. I'm thinking about moving that scrub oak to the gap here, so that's the property line. Put in another sweeping staircase there. Also considering leaving or moving this, although it's so flowered up, probably right now it's not a good time to dig it up. So a lot of trimming, a lot of landscaping, a lot of cleanup back here in the last month. We had a big brush event, so I trimmed a lot of stuff. This one's looking a little bare, but healthy. And I mean, you can see it's getting nice. I'm really excited for what this looks like in 5 years. It'd be probably a lot more foresty feeling. Although this one's big. This one's 10 feet now. And some nice trimming and stuff here. Got these pines really cleaned up. And then and we'll go across the log. Built in this little creek bed. That's been a little while now. Mulched it all up. I don't remember how many yards of mulch. 120 yards, I think, of mulch. And then this was the big project a few months ago. Cleared all this natural shrubs and chaparral and sage, whatever was wild. And ran irrigation in here. Transplant all this ice plant. And you can see a sprinkler there. So now this is all irrigated hillside. That's going to be better in case of a fire. The natural look was cool, but I'm actually looking to make this hill match those hills. Just pack them full of lush green, you know, really fire resistant, succulent ice plant. So that's the plan. We got some pretty heavy rain, so some of us took a bit of a beating, but you can see the creek bed and stuff there. And then this pampas grass has been really providing a lot of shade. And I'm hoping that these pine trees continue to get big. And I do have a few pine trees back here, but as you can see, the pampas grass is so tall, they're kind of out of sight. But hopefully the next time I get the video, the pine trees are much higher. So we're doing a pretty extensive walk here because I know this area is going to change over time as I get more time to put into this. I'm still saying, like, man, those hillsides filled in like crazy. I'm just watering this stuff once a week and it's been going off. Same with these. You can see the pines. Those pines will get big, which is the goal. When those pines get big enough, I'll drop this western willow out of here, because the western willow is actually not a bad tree, but it tends to kind of rot and then break off in big pieces. So someday when this tree is getting in the way of these pines, I'll take it out and then it'll just be the pines. I'm gonna let the pines get bigger. I'd love the pines to get this big. I'm in the shade right now due to this tree, so you can see why that's so appealing, you know. So pretty awesome. I suspect this won't change a lot. This one's pretty filled out. Maybe just a little down here. Needs some attention because when I had the concrete trucks come and go, they went a little wide and kind of messed up my creek bed, but I'll fix it. And then of course we got ongoing neighbor stuff. But eventually when the current neighbor's gone and I'm able to talk with new people that move in, I suspect we'll do some sort of maybe Italian cypress right here, or bougainvillea trained to these posts that she put in. Just something to give us a little privacy between the two properties that a normal person would probably want. I think it'd benefit both of us, and I'll plan it and I'll take care of all of it. But for now, I just don't have the room here, and anything I plant on the property line gets trimmed with this particular neighbor, even over the property line. So this is going to stay kind of dead. We're back down here at the well, kind of where we started, and you can see these are doing good, but they're trimmed not where the property line is. They're trimmed like, you know, a solid foot or two on my side, you know, so I just can't really plant much more over here. She'll take it upon herself to hack it up, even if it's on my property. So that's a work in progress. A lot of this stuff is just doing good though, I mean. And we'll end right back here, kind of where we started. Then I'll have this uploaded for memory's sake. And I should check out the little pond that filters the big pond here. You can see ice plant was struggling here a bit, but it's coming back in. And these oleanders are doing great. You can see it's all just green and wet down in there. Looking really good, because the circulation goes through. So super happy with that. I don't have the pond totally sealed, but it's sealed well enough where I can keep it mostly full and not use a ton of water. So yeah, just a lot of progress in a few years. Although the progress is probably gonna slow because I gotta start really like paying some bills off rather than sinking every dollar we got into fix-ups and, you know, things, improvements and remodel. I didn't even do the inside of the house. The inside of the house is its own whole thing. But yeah, just check these out. This plum tree's huge and loaded. Grapes. It's doing pretty good. Pretty good. And there's a little oak right there. You see that little thing? I hope that becomes huge. Just this little scrawny little oak right there. Be amazing for that one to get big. And one right back over here. We got the Thorough Tour. Pretty thorough. Nice color on that ice plant though, I tell you. In person, really nice. I'm looking at it on screen and off screen, and in person's much nicer. Yeah. Alrighty, catch you next time.